Did anybody out there thank the Lord for this day we have today?
Thank them for more than the breath he gave me this morning if they got a hot batch of gizzards in here.
It's rough being out here, been out here 37 years. It's lonely and a lot of hours and long days, and it gets tiresome, but when you find a place like this to stop, it sure does help.
On the road of life, everyone needs pit stops. Truckers flying down Interstate 70 may find they can lift their spirits at exit 131 on a road the locals call
Highway to Heaven. It sounds good to me.
Hoosier Heartland Truck Plaza is where road-weary travelers stop to refuel and take a break.
I've been stopping here probably 8 years.
It has a righteous reputation.
All right.
Regulars stop at this roadside refuge looking for a little soul food.
Yeah, we got biscuits and gravy and eggs. You like that?
Every time that we go through, we stop here to see Lovie.
That's actually her name, but it does fit her perfectly.
Hello, how you all?
Wonderful, how are you?
Right.
A woman most agree lives life in high gear.
I call her the Energizer Bunny.
A lot of them call me Grandma. I knew you'd be back.
You can't make her sit down.
We'd just like to let you know this morning,
If you have some time, we'd like to invite you to come and join us.
9 a.m. Sunday mornings, Lovie Mae turns the restaurant into a way station for the spirit.
Oh, yeah, bless you, bless you. We got a little church service going on out there. I worked on Sunday morning, and I couldn't go to my own church, and I couldn't see why we couldn't have one down there.
verily, verily, I say unto you, they're out on the road day in and day out, and there's very few churches where they can pull that rig into and park and go to church.
The 18-wheel congregation rolls in from across the country.
That's my friend Ed from Chicago out there. Hello. What can I get you a drink? Lots of people come by and see me. I have some of the truckers send me a card every week, whether they're in Idaho or California, and some of them in California, they come through once a week. If they're not going to make through, they phone me.
If you met her one time, you never forget her.
Now, what's your name?
Irving, though.
One more place that you know you got a friend.
Thank you, Jesus. Thank you.
Lovie Mae's Sunday morning prayer meetings also serve as a roadmap for travelers taking the road less traveled.
Father, I pray that you might touch that driver's heart.
You'll enjoy these tapes.
Her passion for giving comes straight from the heart.
I'd like to give you a Bible and some tapes. Could you use some tapes and a Bible if I gave it to you? Sure. I'll sure give you one. That's the last thing I can do for the Lord, is to give Bibles away.
God bless you.
Bless you too.
Lovie Mae started working at this truck stop 26 years ago to help send her grandchildren to college.
Could I get you some coffee, please?
Well, I'm doing fine.
I'm going to keep it that way. He had over 1,200 funerals and over 1,300 weddings. Never had a one unless I went with him.
But after 62 years of marriage, Lovie's husband, the Reverend Lindsay Flowers, passed away, leaving her alone, but not lonely.
When he went home to be with the Lord in '91, the last thing he said to me, Lovie, you get on with your life, don't you be sitting around crying. And that's what I'm trying to do.
Since then, she's become a messenger on a mission, creating her own brand of fast food religion for truckers on the go.
That's what it's all about.
That's what it's all about.
Absolutely.
That's her sole purpose, is to serve the Lord.
A Bible, one for the road.
She tells me all the time that she will eventually get everyone into church if she has to die to do it.
Oh, victory in Jesus.
Lovie says she's in it for the long haul.
I just enjoy working here. I'm only 89 and a half, you know.
You're still young.
Why, absolutely.
It's her true social security, and retirement is out of the question.
I don't see in the Bible where Peter, Andrew, James, and John retired, do you?
And she's only been late for work once.
Forgot my teeth.
I don't know that they've ever made another one like her.
Amen.
As the 18-wheel service comes to an end, Lovie realizes many of her drivers have a long way to go
You come back and see. You come back and see.
and a short time to get there.
This life is too short to waste it and not know the Lord. If I see one person in heaven because I've given a Bible to or I've worked at that truck stop, it'll be worth it all. I love truck drivers.
In his 10 years as a television news photographer, David Hodge has covered hurricanes, floods, and tornadoes. Natural disasters, but never anything man-made like this.
Devastation, a lot of loss of life. It's overwhelming.
David has felt this tragedy in a different way than others. Capturing it through a lens makes it closer, more personal. Here, David has captured memories.
One was the rescuers when they came out of the building. The looks on their faces, almost of defeat, depression. I mean, the emotions that they were going through, I could feel them.
And then there was the thousands of hands clinging on to an endless ribbon of hope.
People of all colors. It didn't matter who you were, what you looked like. Everyone came together as one, and that energy, I could feel that.
Their grandparents are missing and have been.
And there was the faces of children, innocent second graders doing their part to help.
That was true emotion coming from them. I could feel their pain, you could feel the hurt, the confusion that they were going through, and the caring.
And countless other moments here in Oklahoma City that you at home were able to see through David's eyes.
It gives me a chance to take our viewers there with me. If I can bring back that sense of reality and break through that television set and actually touch people with my lens and microphone, sound, then that's my main objective.
And now the first woman wins her starting place in the field.
I am woman, hear me roar. In numbers too big to ignore.
It's 1977. Janet Guthrie breaks the gender barrier. She becomes the first woman to ever race in the Indy 500. This moment is forever etched in history. It created a pathway for other women to chase that dream.
The front tires are relatively easy. The rest of them get a little bit more difficult.
They tend to bleed a little air.
Martinsville's Sherry DeCourcy often thinks about her future because Sherry's weekend go-kart hobby has turned into a full-time passion. In fact, Sherry quit her corporate job to become a race car driver.
There's just some sort of thrill that takes hold of you. I mean, it really is a passion, and you just want to be involved in racing. And that's why it was relatively easy for me to quit my corporate job and to say to Scott, I want to spend all of our money on racing.
With the support of her husband, Scott, Sherry's off to the rolling hills of Georgia. It's the Road Atlanta race course. She tries to take the next step.
You're really smooth on into one.
Down the hill in the fourth gear.
Real nice. Keep it up.
Sherry DeCourcy is one of 70 women trying out for the first ever women's racing series.
Once I do a lap or two, it's really interesting because you can just feel yourself getting into the groove, which a lot of people call the zone.
You can go faster.
Yeah.
Her passion is shared by many others, like 17-year-old Jenny Hofield. She's already competed in go-kart racing for 6 years now. Jenny's making sacrifices, all because she wants to race in the Daytona 500 someday.
Last year I couldn't make it to any of my school dances. I couldn't make it to anything. But this year I got to go to one because I didn't race during the winter. Usually I do. I race indoors. But, I mean, racing's what I want to do, so racing's my life.
And 41-year-old Margie Eatwell is putting her 30 years of racing experience to the test.
When I was 11 years old, I said I was going to be the first woman to win Indy. So maybe. Still not too late.
It's been a long time coming, but Sherry DeCourcy and other women drivers finally have a series that they can call their own. Gender is no longer an issue. You always leave the driving to the women. And believe me, these women can put the pedal to the metal as well as the guys. You said you were going to take it easy on me. I'm scared to death.
We only got up to, I think the mile per hour thing isn't working, but it couldn't have been more than 80 or 85.
Oh, come on!
I'm serious. These can do 130, 135.
I'm leaving that to the women.
That's fine.
Who knows what the future holds for Sherry DeCourcy? It's a long, long way to the big time. But right now, she's willing to chase those high-speed dreams of one day possibly running at the Indy 500.
Would you hear my name in the field of 33? I sure hope so. I would love for that to happen.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Start your engines.
Still photographer Don Malloy loves the outdoors and taking pictures.
You can see here in this little bit of woods where there's fallen trees, and those are trees that are used for firewood. Very, very elaborate furniture. Even down to the toothpick. People use trees to make their homes, and it's that scrap that we are able to turn into toys.
The Wood Craftsman's Forum has over 120 members, and some have even been CEOs and leaders of large companies, making lots of money. Now, they create joy.
Here, we tie in a love of woodworking with the desire to help other people.
Never had any complaints about any of our toys. It just makes you feel good inside that you're doing something to help someone else.
So they say God loves everybody, and I said, I think I love everybody too.
2 hound dogs.
What's your name?
2 bulldozers.
What do you want for Christmas, Emma?
6 chalkboards.
A teddy bear.
3 dog carriages.
I'm a bat cave.
It's about the kids.
They've had just one goal over the years, and that is to bring smiles to the faces of children. But members of this woodworking group have sometimes been referred to as elves or Santa's helpers, if you will. This year they've made 1,400 toys and gave them to needy children and organizations like the Ronald McDonald House.
Unfortunately, illness knows no holiday, so we're always full, even during the holidays.
None of them has to be put in that position, and it's heartwarming that we're able to do something to help them. It'd be a very sad thing for a kid without a toy.
These toys will get good use and take a little bit of a beating.
While others phone in an early wish list to Santa for next Christmas.
Merry Christmas! Ho, ho, ho!
Rick Hightower, 24-Hour News 8.
We love this garage very much.
Work on cars, work on motorcycles. A late 60s model wheel horse. We watch the races too. We have a little bit of fun. Can't be all business all the time.
That's definitely a Bud Light tap off of a keg.
This is definitely a guy's room. This is the ultimate guy's room, I think.
To me, it's beautiful because you know, my friend did it for me. Terry was a phenomenal carpenter, and he made me the deal that if I helped him work on the tractor, he would help me work on my garage. Here we are a few years later, and we got exactly what it was that I had in mind.
We got a pretty unique piece of machine.
Such an oddball device.
Custom built frame.
Totally out of the norm.
Coil mounts.
It just demands your attention. I hope that we got what Terry had in mind too.
At least something different every day.
He had very strict rules and very strict guidelines on what this was and what it was to be and how it was to function.
You know, in April, we found out basically, you know, he was diagnosed with cancer, and it was like, got to get this tractor done, and that was the goal. To work and work and work to get it done, and of course he didn't get to finish it.
We had kind of come to a standstill after Terry died on this tractor, and right before there was a big national tractor pull in Bowling Green, Ohio, and about 5 weeks prior to the tractor pull, we got together one night and decided that the time was up and we had to get this thing finished. For 5 weeks straight, we was here till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. The promises made, you know, when he got sick and he knew that you know, maybe it wasn't going to get done, was, you know, that was the promise, that it would get done. It's just a wonderful tribute to somebody that was so full of life.
The top speed is really unknown. 99.9% of the time, if somebody's outside when I'm driving this by, it's the exact same reaction every time. Whatever it is that they're doing comes to a complete stop. It's just like anything else that's sentimental to anybody else. You know, it always makes you think of the person and think of all the times that you had.
He wanted it out there for everybody to see, and he's getting his wish.
We don't have scorekeepers yet.
This is a sport.
There's this blue one that says Easton.
True baseball. You know, they don't care, just want to win.
This is the defending champs. They wear the uniform of the defending champs, and we've come close. We came close, lost by 2 runs last weekend to them on Sunday.
It was the last time you ran blindfolded.
Play ball. The majority of our teammates are visually impaired or totally blind.
They call me Downtown Ron Brown. Yeah, I knocks it downtown.
When the batter hits, he has to run to a buzzing base, whether it's first or third. There's no second base because the defense is occupying that base. The object, the beat ball, if you get to that base, that beeping base, before the fielders find the ball, hold it in the air, it's a run. I tried to ask him. He said he saw his arm go, hey, Paul, nothing we can do. Let's play defense. Our spotters are the fielder's eyes.
Righty, righty, righty. Camille, comes to you. Yep. Charge it.
Keeping the noise down, like whenever there's planes overhead, we got to have it as quiet as possible.
Ready, peace. I'm on it. Up!
Looks like a tight ball game. We're up 2-1. I think our pitcher needs to concentrate a little bit more, and we need runs because this is a good team.
By Slamma Jamma.
All right, play ball.
2. Coming.
Ready. Pitch. Very intense. Very intense. Baselines and gaps. On 3, defense. 1, 2, 3, defense! If we play like we're capable of playing, we're not going to get any calls against the world champs. It doesn't matter if it's the NBA Finals, Major League Baseball, we got to beat them.
Got him! Got him! Yeah!
Come on, Dave.
The magic number is 1!
Fortunately, it all came together for us today, and this is the biggest win of the season for us.
Field of Dreams is to make it to the World Series. That's our dream, is to get to the World Series and bring our championship back home to Indy.
This is the pre-game party. Tailgating.
Yeah, it's pre-game ritual. It's the second home game we've come to.
It's a little bit different. I'm anxious to see how they play.
It's a big game. Houston's really good. Houston's supposed to be #1 in the league.
It's all about strategy, man.
2, 3, speed! I mean, you know, it's not quite the same speed as a men's football game, but, you know, they still get after it and play hard.
Indiana, you've won the toss. You want to receive?
Go, speed, go!
There we go. There it is. There it is.
Andy with the Furious touchdown, Houston. Take the ball!
Calm down. Head in the game. Come on. Right here. Got me?
Eat 'em up! Eat 'em up!
Can't score, can't win. That's right.
They need to tighten up their defense.
It's that end that's causing you problems, right?
Let you crash in on the tackle, and then I'll come around and take the line back.
Your offense is going to have to step up.
Let's go, defense! Lids on! Lids on!
Special teams were tackling just fine.
Come on, get out of here, Tampa! Get down! Let's get this done!
Warm them up.
They hit pretty hard.
Anybody who believes that girls can't hit need to come out and watch these girls play. They really try and hurt each other.
No way am I sitting out.
Won't you?
I'll be back.
That's right, she'll be back.
As soon as possible.
Fracture of the rib.
You can tell a big open field hit just like you would in the men's game. You hear that crunch and the crowd goes, ooh.
It's hot.
I can't believe they're out here playing in the heat and the humidity. You know, it's August, the sun, with all that stuff on, the helmets, the pads. Go, let's go!
Go!
It's not out of reach. We just have to buckle down. We have to tackle. We have to go back into coverage. And we just got to guard these people. I mean, simple as that. And then we got to get our offense to score some points.
Come on out! Check that.
The speed's got a lot more left in the tank, and we're getting ready to bring it.
Incomplete pass brings up 4th down.
Our hats are off to them. They are definitely a good team, but we definitely wanted to put up a better fight than we did today.
Good game. Good game. Good game.
Heck of a job.
Please hang around.
Can't say anymore. All right?
Don't hang
Speed
your head.
on 3. 1, 2, 3. Speed!